Hi guys, Lee here from Leigh Ratcliffe Guitar Lessons. Today I just want to do a quick review of the PolyTune by TC Electronic. Really great little app for the iPhone. Unfortunately they don't have it on Android at this point in time, and there's no plan to according to their website. But for those of you that do have iPhones, it's a great little app to have because, as we all know now, everyone's got a phone on them at some point, and it's really handy to have a tuner in your pocket at all times versus the old days of having to cart around your box tuner in your pocket, which is a little bit trickier. This one is about $8 on the App Store, so it's not free, but it's definitely a good investment. And considering that you'll pay $20 up to $150, $200 for a tuner, it's definitely worth the $8 investment in my opinion. So we'll move right on and we'll have a look. What we've got down the bottom, we've got three things. We've got settings. In here you'll find an instrument. You can pick between guitar and bass. If we head back, next one is display mode, so needle, stream, so it just changes how the tuner reacts. We've got drop tuning, for those of you that like to change your tunings. We have a reference frequency, and the last one we have is the colour set, so you can choose between red and green and yellow and blue. So there's a few settings in there you can have a bit of a play with. Also, we've got down here, we've got an info button. In here, really, it's just a little bit of info in regards to, who the company are, what the product is, yada yada. And then obviously the tuner button, so back to the tuner, which is what we're after. So let's have a quick look through it. So just firstly to note, I'm using an iRig plug. This here, it goes into where your headphone jack would be. I find the accuracy is a little bit better than just using the microphone that comes in the phone. So really handy little thing to grab if you can grab that with it, but do know that it will actually work without it. It does use the microphone. It works fine. It's just that I think if you're using an electric guitar, it can be a little bit easier if you've got the plug. You can actually put the phone on the body of the guitar and it'll be fine. So don't let that sort of stop you. This is in the needle mode here. So as I tune, I hit the middle. That's where I want it. Close enough for rock. The other cool feature that this thing's got, obviously it's chromatic, so it'll pick whichever string that you're on, but if I play all the strings at once, this is where the PolyTune thing comes into it. So you can see now that my bottom E string and my top E string, obviously the green ones are the ones that are in tune. As it goes red, they're heading out of tune, and you can just strum them all at once. It sounds wonderful. But you can actually tune with your strings, just strumming the open strings, and you can, now they're all nice and in tune. Set my G there, it's a little bit sharp. Or I can go back to just the standard there. So there's just your standard run-of-the-mill tuner, or like I said, the whole PolyTune thing. It's not that great using the microphone, I must say. When you use the microphone to do the PolyTune thing, it's great one string at a time, but in my opinion, when you're trying to do the PolyTune with all the strings at once without plugging into your phone, it doesn't track that well. And I found it a little bit difficult. You find that if you put the phone on the actual guitar, then it resonates a little bit more because the phone's touching the guitar, that you might get a little bit closer results, but I didn't like it. So as a single note tuner, without plugging in, it works really, really well. I've had no dramas with that whatsoever. So there you go, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's $7.99 in Australia on the App Store, and great little app. It's well worth having a tuner in your phone. Phones go everywhere with you these days, so it's really handy to have.